the Dollhouse, Fashion Dolls.
Thank
Happy
you.
Transformation Tuesday, March 24th, and we are here with the amazing Aldridge. It is such a pleasure to have you here, and welcome to the Dollhouse. As I would say with all of my guests, it's a pleasure to have you and meet
Thank you
you
very much. I'm happy to be here.
too. You too. And my boss lady, I call her boss lady Mickey, she's told me so much about you, and she referred you to me as a guest here on the show, and I'm so honored to have you. You have a couple points coming up, which we'll be getting into, but how has 2026 been for you thus far?
2026. Oh, it's been going great. I've been enjoying life. I'm working now. I was studying before, but I'm working, so I have a bit more money. I'm going to the gym. Life's great at the moment. Yeah, I'm living with my brother. I'm having a great time.
Yes. And you've got this project coming out. You've been in Intenebras too with Martin Nuza. Shout
Yeah,
outs to Martin. And now the new one, One Night in Relove, which we will be talking about as well too. Start at the beginning of your journey. Tell us a little bit about where you grew up and your journey into getting into acting.
great. Thank you. So I actually grew up in Cardiff in Wales. Don't really have a Welsh accent, but my parents moved there. But they're originally from Gibraltar, which is where Martin's from as well.
Yes.
And because it's such a small place, you kind of bump into each other. It's kind of like a town, even though it's a city. Really, it's kind of its own country in its own right. But yeah, I've always wanted to do acting when I was younger. I've loved it. I love performing. And you know, when I met Martin, he's such a talented director, and he's got some great ideas. I was really, really excited to just work with him. And we've known each other for a few years now. And when he proposed this project, I was just super excited to get involved. It sounds really, really, really great. I can tell you, I've read the script. I've been going through the script, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yes. You've got some family here. Christian Aldridge says, yes, Jackie.
Hello, hi there.
And shout outs to my beautiful girl, Ahmad, Chef Sky. Always a pleasure to see you. I am feeling great today, and I hope you guys are as well. We are here with Jack Aldrich, and we are talking about the new project. But before we get to the new project, I'd like to get to know a little bit more about Jack's journey and how he got into the acting business. So, growing up for you, who was it for you that inspired you to get into acting?
That's a great question. Um, I mean, my dad likes to act. He's not an actor, but he loves to act. But growing up, I've never been really very sporty in school. Not very good at football, and I like to sing. So for me, it was a really great way to just express myself. And I like books. I like storytelling. So for me, it was a great place to meet friends and things. And you know, I like to read and things, but it's kind of I like the practical aspect of it. I like working hands on. I like meeting people, understanding people. I think I'm quite a people person, and so that's why I just love it. It just understand how everyone works and who they are.
Yes. All things came from Mick when she recommended you and a few of your other cast members who will be coming on the show as well too, Allison and so many others. And I'm looking forward to their interviews and chatting with you again. This project. Now, how did you to the likes of Martin Nuzo, who is an amazing film director, and every time I see Martin and Ina Harlson, I always to them and I give them their flowers because the goal that when I sat down with Martin and when I sat down with Ina, they said they wanted to cross over here to the United States where I'm at. And I'm just like, say less. Because when Mick, she created the publication Original Magazine UK, it's like everybody's all over the world, different countries, different aspirations, different dreams. And so she said, bring them on your platform, bring them on your show. And I said, sure, I would love to. And one of dreams is crossing over, being able to cross over. And I said, yes, you don't think that people are not about your projects. We're talking about your projects. We love you down here in the US of A. So how did you and Martin link up? And what was it like linking up with the legendary Martin?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. Yeah, so because Martin's from Gibraltar, although Gibraltar is such a small place, Martin is so well linked with so many people. He meets people. He puts fantastic people together. And I know him because it's a small place, and we met him. But the kind of people he puts together from all different walks of life, different countries, and he just makes this fantastic team. And I think it just reflects Martin as a director, because he's a director, but he also writes. He also produces.
Yes.
He also makes documentaries. Um, so I think all of that adds to kind of his ability to be like global, and kind of connect through different cultures. And yeah, I think, obviously we all want to kind of be connected to America, to the States, definitely. And I think that's led by Martin, because of his kind of appreciation that, mixing across the world is what makes some really good work.
And he does a fantastic job. And when I did my interview with him, because I've had him on the show several times, and I'll
Yeah.
send you those interviews to check out in your
Yeah,
downtime
sure.
after our conversation. And he was just saying, he had dreams, he had aspirations. Growing
Mm.
up in Gibraltar, as you've mentioned, it's not very big. It's a country that is not very big. And wanting to explore and get his project out here into Nebras, and so many others is like a period piece. And I said, you're going timeline capsules in your project. I told him it wasn't really a film, it was more a masterpiece because you're being able to chronicleize everything and go through the time.
Mm.
So, what was that like working with Martin on Nebras, this project, and then you have a new one which we'll get into, uh, Rela.
Yeah, definitely. I think with Internebras, I think Martin really loves history, and that obviously plays with the storyline, um, and kind of, the way he kind of explores the world is kind of through his own kind of imagination, but also a lot of research, and that's also because he's documentarian. So I think just all of these different factors just really just play together, and I think that makes for a really unique director.
Again, able to be a writer and director to
Yeah.
to really capture the essence of different time periods. It takes a
Mm.
lot. I've watched a lot of documentaries, and to be able to go back through here and learn about this period and learn about this period, you have to be in that mindset as an. So for you, writing and directing, where do you pull that inspiration from? And also as an actor, to be able to get into that mindset of character and periods. That makes sense.
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, I also like history, so a lot of that is important. But also, I think just meeting as many people as you can, meeting so many different people, and being in London is really useful for that because it's so multicultural. You meet so many people from different backgrounds. So for me, because that's why I live in London right now, I said like just the more people you meet, I think the more characters you get, the more inspiration you get for writing. And you just I know when you're younger, I felt well with me personally when I'm younger, you don't appreciate how different people can be, but also how similar. And it's great. It's great with yeah, with living in London is that you just get to get all of these different blends of cultures, and that just can go straight into your work and create something really authentic.
And you said London, that's where boss lady Mickey is. She's in the
Yes.
UK, she's in London. And I always tease her about it all the time. You're our UK girl, you're our London girl. And when I got introduced to the publication, Original Magazine UK, I think it was 2022, 2023, when she wrote to me, and it was
Mm.
just off of a post that she saw because I the fashion column for Original Magazine, and I'm pretty sure she has you in the department. She has Ellen in the department, Martin, Mike, all of us, Lejon, all of us. Um, and she reached out to me and said, "Would you like to write for my publication?" And I said, "Sure." What would I be writing about? And little did I know it would be fashion. It's something that I love.
Mm.
So she reached out to me. She believed in me, and the rest is history. Still rocking with her and being able to tell my story. And that's what Martin does, and you as an actor too, Jack, is that you are telling a story. And as
Yeah.
an actor, that is important. How important is it that you capture the essence of if you're playing like a historical figure, like Eno, that he wants to do a what is it? He wants like we're now in the day and age of reboots. So a lot of
Yeah.
shows like Happy and all of them, a lot of people are talking about should we bring it back, should we reboot it? And it was a detective on television. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Chef Sky, let me know, girl, if you used to watch the show. It was Perry May. and then it was one who was very quirky, and he said he wants to reimagine him. And I cannot remember the detective's name. Right? It's not Columbo. You guys know who I'm talking about. When he opens his show, he would always have like a skit into his stories as well too, and he would make it fun. So if you guys know the detective that I'm talking about, let me know. Ina says that he would like to reimagine that. And I said, oh, yes, I could definitely see that. So, how important is it that you capture the essence of every time period?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really, really great question. I mean, to kind of think about when I approach a character, I hot seat the character. So to start with, I kind of get the character and I make things up about the character. And from there, you can kind of break down what the really important parts are. So you can think about what's my character having for breakfast? What's my character? How many relationships have they been in? What do they like to do in their free time? What do they think about this event? What do they like on their kind of on their birthday cake, all these kind of crazy questions. And obviously, not all of them are going to be relevant or kind of help you create a picture of who this person is. Maybe it's someone maybe it's, kind of the idea. But from that, you obviously cross off some of those ideas as you go. But I think that just helps to make it quite original. And especially kind of with the kind of detective work you're kind of talking about the fictional detective. I think if you if you do that work especially, you can kind of see what that character is like outside of their professional role in the show.
Hi, Naptown. It's such a pleasure to see you. Always great to see you. Just and hi, Miss Stevie. Just got off of work. So glad I finally caught a live. And I'm glad to have you here. We are Aldridge, and we are talking about the essence of time periods because In Tenebras is a time period piece. So if you're into documentaries and going back, and capturing different time periods, then In Tenebras too. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Now you have a new project that is out as well too, One Night in Rila. So tell us,
Yeah,
I know you can't give a whole lot away, but tell us a little bit about your character.
yeah, definitely. So, One Night in Reela, it's a psychological horror or thriller, and it's basically about well, like it's flights nowadays are so expensive. Booking Airbnbs, hotels are so expensive. And the premise of the story is that a lot of people, when they go away to festivals, they kind of share rooms, they share hostels, they room share to just, save some money. So the premise of it is that there's all these youngsters, like all these 20 something year olds, and they all want to go to this rock festival in Rila. But some of them know each other, but most of them are pretty unfamiliar with each other. And it's about the dynamics of that kind of unfamiliarity and how that plays into kind of the thriller when things start to go awry and go wrong. And yeah, I think it's a great project. I think for my character Ryan, um, it's the right playing age, and I can talk about my own experiences. I can bring that into the character about when I go to concerts and things like that. So yeah, I think it's a really good piece for me to be doing right now in my life.
And you said psychological thrillers. So did you
Yeah,
watch a lot of other psychological thrillers? Like there's so many out here, and that's my favorite as well too. Like if you like, I know what you did last summer. That would be a
yeah.
thriller in a way, but it's a little bit of horror. Scream, of course, is a no-brainer, and they're the new Scream that is out currently right now. So did you watch a lot of the thriller, psychological thriller genre to prepare for this year?
Yeah, I think that's just the correct title for the film because the thing that I think Martin and team wanted to avoid with the film was maybe too many cliches or anything. Do you know what I mean about who like what's going to happen and oh is it this is it that? And I think with films like Memento and things like that, they just you don't know what's going on most of the time and there's constantly throwing curveballs. So I think with my character, I kind of have to think each scene um, not to throw the viewer off, but you don't want to give anything away. And I think that's it was really well done in so many psychological thrillers. I think that's really important to take away.
Yes, absolutely. And always the mystery that has people on the edge of their seats, guessing
Yeah,
think the person that did it in the film. And we, the viewers, are foreshadowing and we're saying, okay, this person did it, this person did it, this person did it. And you won't know. It's always a plot twist at the end. And knowing Mark told him this in the interview directly. I think I did. I said it's always going to be a sequel because there can't just be a cliffhanger. It's always got to be something that will leave people on the edge of their seats talking as well. And
Mm.
he's an amazing writer. So knowing him is probably going to be more. It's not just going to be, but it's going to be more. And that's what I'm guessing. So knowing him, it will be more. Absolutely. Absolutely. So shout outs to my girl Faith is the Substance. Welcome, Faith. Make sure y'all go and check out her channel. And she says, welcome, Jack.
Hi, Faith.
Jack, here. He's in the UK. I'm in the USA. So we're here talking about film, which you guys can stay tuned. Make sure that you're following Jack, One Night in Rila by Martin Nusa. Also in Tenebra too. Make sure you guys please go and check that out as well too, which is a period piece like me because I'm a historian. I love to read a lot of old books. I like to go to museums. I love to watch documentaries. So I love to go back through different periods of time. So we go and check those out. And Jack, that was going to be my next question for you. What are your top five? Because you said psychological thriller. One Night in Rila is a psychological thriller. What are your top five go-to psychological thrillers? Because many. We'd be here all day naming them. So, what are your top five?
Oh, that's so difficult. I mean, oh, that's so hard. So hard to think about. I like Seven with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt.
Oh,
That's a great film. Seven. I like Memento. I like. Have you seen Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio? That one's great. They're all so good. I could name endless ones really, but I think Seven is probably my favorite. I love that one. I think the ending of that. I won't drop it in case anybody hasn't seen it. That is just such good writing, I think, and it completely derails the film. It goes crazy at the end.
and you said Morgan Freeman. It's like any
Mm.
that he gets in. It can be psychological thriller, it can be drama. He just blends in perfectly. And if you're
Yep.
like me, I love to laugh a lot. I I just saw it on my television a few minutes ago. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. It's him and Steve Carell. They brought comedy magic in Evan Almighty. So he was playing Morgan Freeman playing God because his voice is so distinct. So I said, and then you've got Steve Carell who adds the humor. So you guys have seen Steve Carell. So that if you watch The Office, you already know what he's going to give in
Yeah.
this film. He's going to bring his humor. So I was like, okay, I don't know who did the casting for this right here, but Morgan Freeman knows how to definitely blend into that role in a depth. So
Mm.
you've named three. You
Mm. Like I think of a lot of thrillers. I'm just finding it hard because it's more the kind of with these films they don't have to use much violence. Do you know what I mean? They don't have to use much violence. They don't have to use much like gore and things really because it's all just about playing with your head and constantly throwing you in circles really. So I find it quite hard to define films that really match that energy because that's really what we're going for. We don't want to overuse like violence and gore just to grip viewers. We want to just confuse them and just give them ideas and shut down the ideas and introduce more ideas and kind of run rings around them. I think that's the aim of it. So for me, I'm just finding it hard to place films that match I think the vibe that Martin's going for, the kind of the essence of the film.
Oh, there's Scream 2. There is Cruel Intentions is a thriller one. I'm a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. So if y'all know me, I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Growing up watching Sarah Michelle Gellar, she just kicks butt in Buffy. So um, it can be a TV series that, like, I mean, you never know. Angel, the spinoff of Buffy, was one of my favorites as well too. So I mean, it's so many. Oh goodness, I think we lost Jack. Let me see if I can get Jack back in here, Fashion Doll. Let me see. Yeah, I think we might have lost. Wait, he's back. Up.
disconnected.
No, and we're back. We're back. We're
We're back.
back.
We're
We're back.
back. Sorry, team.
Buffy.
Yeah.
Buffy is so many. Is in the psychological thriller genre, or if you like action as well. Because what Martin does is he mixes all the genres of them together,
Mm.
and that makes a great recipe.
Yeah.
Yes, Faith. Yes, international girl. Um, oh my goodness. What is another that I could say that would be like a suspense or a psychological thriller? Y'all see Misery with Kathy Bates. That's one right there. Misery with Kathy Bates. Like she really wore that role out. Like to have a psycho fan, that's like a psychological thriller. Of course,
Yeah.
The Silence of the Lambs, um, Anthony Hopkins. That's a
Mm.
good one.
One flew
What's
over
the
the
name?
cuckoo's nest.
Yes, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where he's yeah, y'all know the cover where he's standing out there behind
Yeah.
the y'all know that one. And yes, the man went crazy because he didn't have his cigarettes. I remember that. He was like, "You know, I
Mm.
get." He just gave him that look. That's another one. Another psychological thriller. Oh my goodness! Wow, it's so many. It's so many here that I can think of. Those are a few classics. There's Misery. There's Silence of the Lambs. Um, the Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
They did one off of him. Ooh, it's so many. So with Julianne Moore, I think that's what it was. Hannibal Lecter, yeah, with Julianne Moore. Another that I can think of that is a thriller. Let's go to the if you like the action side and you're always wanting to be on the edge of your seats. I would say Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf, and then there's a movie with Anthony Hopkins Pfeiffer
Mm.
called Wolf, where I can't give y'all the end, but he was the wolf, and then Michelle Pfeiffer, she just used her femininity, her charm, and she was just so sexy in that role. At the end, she trans to a werewolf herself. Her eyes started to change. It was beautiful. So, yes, that's a classic one. You guys have to go and check it out. Where
Mm.
Anthony Hopkins as a werewolf, and then you got Michelle Pfeiffer as well. So that's one. It's action, but it's more so a thriller because you don't know. He's waking up. You know, if you're playing an animal or a wolf, you're not knowing what's going on, what's happening for sure. And that's what happened in the film. He woke up, he didn't know, what happened. How did all things happen? I don't remember this.
Mm.
So those are a few that I can think of as far as psychological thrillers and in the horror genre. Like Jack said, it doesn't have to be gore, but some people like that. They like, the gore,
Yeah.
the obvious in any
Mm.
horror or suspense thriller because you never know what you're going. Oh my God, I forgot one. The Stepfather. Do y'all remember Stepfather? Where the gentleman came in and he was the perfect gentleman, and then he shift and he was just getting everybody one by one. Stepdad, I think that's the name of it. It's a series. It's a one, two, and then a
Mm.
three. So Stepdad, that's a good one as well too. And he really played that role. The gentleman who played that role, he really played that role. So if you like suspense thrillers or psychological thrillers, you'll get a better understanding for why he is the way he is. Because every thriller always starts off with, they make the villain, the antagonist or the villain, you want to know what is making this person tick and go off so easily and
Mm.
do the things that they do. And even with this One Night in Rila, there's going to be a protagonist and there's going to be an antagonist, and knowing Martin's writing is going to be unique. So I can't wait to see it, and I'm pretty sure Jack can't give a whole lot away, but you guys just have to stay tuned and make sure that you're following him and check out Martin as well to Martin Newsa. So stay tuned for that. All right, fashion dolls. So before we wrap, I do this with all of my guests, and I did it yesterday. Um, I'd be remiss if I didn't say it's Women's History Month, Jack. So how important have the women in your life be? I know your mom and Your siblings, any woman that is in your family has been very important to helping shape your career. How important are they to you and what do they mean to you?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, my family's everything. My mum, my sister, they're my biggest supporters. My biggest supporters. I always I went, in school I was quite nerdy in school. I read a lot, and I was always thinking, "Oh, what am I going to do? Maybe I'll do accountancy or something like that, safe, or maybe something like law." And one day I remember my mum was she said to me, "Why don't you think about acting, Jack?" And since then, she's my number one supporter. She sends me things. She tells me to watch films. She's like, "I think it'd be great as this role." She's just really, really, really. And my mum's a very strong lady, and she's just so career minded. She's so driven. She's a great inspiration. We owe her everything. All three of my siblings.
And my mom also too. You said your mom is a very strong lady. My mom
Mm.
is a very strong lady as well too. She
Yeah.
is a Libra. And Jack, when I tell you she is stubborn sometimes, and I sometimes
Yeah.
people will look at me and they'll be like, "Oh my God, you look just like your mom. You sound just like her too." And that I do. And but our personalities are different. I'm not stubborn with me. If you tell me to do something just once, I jump up and I do it.
Mm.
But yeah, as you've gotten older, things change. But with my mom, she is set in her ways. She is a Libra, and sometimes Libras they are very stubborn.
Mm.
But I love her. This woman has supported me through thick and thin, and she is the reason why I have this talk show. So if it wasn't for her, there would be no Style by Stevie. So I can't thank my mom enough. Like she's one
Mm.
of the women that have always been there. And your moms will support you if you're looking to get into the business. And they'll
Yeah.
give you an aspect. And just like your mom offers ideas, my mom will offer ideas. But her ideas are on fashion. Like some of the outfit choices that I've made on the show. Faith, so and I'm pretty sure you've got it too, girl. My mom, because I would sometimes wear like a midriff, like a little crop top or whatever, and sometimes like a dress, like the dress I wore yesterday. She'll say, "Oh my God, that dress is kind of short." But I said, "Mama, I'm a grown woman now. I'm a grown woman. I'm in tune with who I am and my sensuality and all of these things." And I said, "You know what? This is fashion. This is what fashion is,
Mm.
and it's tastefully done." So when I go back and I show her a picture from a fashion magazine, Vogue or something, she'll
Yeah.
kind of get the gist of it and she'll be like, "Oh, okay." But then she also raids my closet, Jack.
Oh, really?
Yes, she raids my closet. Yes, she wears my dresses, and I'll just be like, "Take whatever you want, just take it," or I'll give it to her. Take it, because that's my mom, and I want my
Yeah.
mom to look good. So if she says, "Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to a doctor's appointment," get whatever you need. I have bins of dresses and clothes and fashions, and she
Yeah.
would go in and just pull. She's like, "Are you wearing this?" Because me, I don't try to repeat outfits. I always try to do different looks. They
Yeah.
always evolve and change. I don't stay the same. But
Mm.
yes, shout outs to our mothers. Shout outs to
Shout
our
out to mum.
mothers. Absolutely. Absolutely. The amazing women that are in our lives. And just had to throw that in there because it is Women's History Month. Now, we're going to do something called Turn the Tables. And I allow my guests to ask me some questions. So, Jack, this is no longer Style by Stevie. This is the Jack Aldridge Show. So, Miss Stevie is going to sit over here in this chair and allow Jack to ask her some questions that he wants to ask me. And it can be on anything: family, life, goals, dreams,
Yeah.
whatever you want to know. And this is for my new subscribers as well, too. So make sure you thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when Style by Stevie is posted. All right. So I'm going to pass the microphone on over to Jack. So we swapping seats over here. So Jack is going to get to host the show. This is the Jack Aldridge Show. And I'm just going to sit here and be the guest. Take it away, Jack.
Awesome. So, Stevie, when was
Yes.
your first realization that you wanted to, follow a career in fashion?
Wow, at high school actually,
High school.
and 2014, my sister principal, she tapped me one day. I was in the cafeteria and sketching because I wanted to go in fashion illustration. Like design the gowns and
Yeah.
sketch the gowns. You have to draw a layout. So
Okay.
she saw me sketching and she tapped me. She looked over my shoulder and she said, "I see you like fashion. I'll bring you some Vogues tomorrow." Jack, and where you're at in the UK, there's UK Vogue as well too. The next day, we wasn't supposed to go where the principals and the teachers were parked. We had to go all the way around the back to the bus port.
Okay.
So she let me come in. She said, "Come through the door. You're good." Gave me the key to her car, and I came in. Uh, and I opened up the back seat, and it was a mound of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar magazines,
Wow.
and they were, Vogue always does that big, thick issue. It's about
Yeah.
this thick. It
The paper
had
tip.
800 pages in it, and I still have that one. Kendall Jenner is on the front cover, and I was just flipping through like I
Mm.
was enamored and it just drew me in because I come from, the brands Levi's, of course,
Yeah.
but she opened me up to a world of Valentino, Christian Dior, Chanel, Oscar de la Renta, all of these different fashion houses, Versace. It's so many. She opened me up to it. She taught me how to pronounce the designers' names and everything. And so I said, okay, she's putting me on. She's teaching me about the showrooms because my
Yeah.
dad was raised in New York, born and raised in New York, and him and my mom got married. Um, she was pregnant with 1992, and I'm the third born out of four brothers, two sisters, and each and every one of us, all of my siblings, we each have our own personality.
Yeah.
And so I was always the wild, crazy one that liked colorful hair, that liked bright, bold fashions, she would even dress me. I have to show y'all some of my baby pictures one day. If you watched my interview with my girl, Faith is the Substance, you might have seen a little bit, but I have a whole photo album, and I'm pretty sure Jack does too, where we have our baby pictures and our parents would dress us up. And there is one picture where my mom dressed me and my sister alike. And like this plaid, this red and green. I had the little Bowray hat to go along with it, and I thought I was the cutest thing. It was hideous. Would I wear anything like that again? No. But I seen where Drew Barrymore, she recreated
Okay.
some of her childhood photos for In Style magazine, so I might do something like that.
Yeah, that's a
But
good
that's
idea.
what got me into fashion was my sister principal, and then my dad teaching me about, if you're in New York, you know about the garment district. We know that New York is the city of fashion, Fashion
Yeah.
Week. It is a fun bonanza. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. And my sister is there too. So that's how I got into style.
It's great. Awesome. And so you grew up in New York,
South Carolina, but my
South
father
Carolina.
is from New
Your
York.
father's from
Yes.
New York. Oh wow, cool. And you've been to New York.
I have when I was 8 years old, and
Yeah.
my father took me to see the library there. You guys know that New York has a massive library. We took a picture on the stairs, me, my
Nice.
brother, my dad, and my mom. And then we were there staying with my aunt because I have an aunt there as well too. That's
Oh
my dad's sister. And it was so much fun. We got to go to Macy's. I can remember that. Crossing the streets in New York is crazy. Seeing the yellow taxis, everything. It was just bananas. And then at night, everybody, is wanting a slice of the New York life,
yeah.
restaurants and all of these things. I would love to go back now that I'm 32 years of living and excelled in the fashion world. I would love to go back. Would love to.
It, awesome. And what's something that people might not guess about you that maybe you like doing or your interests? That's a good one.
Oh, do I have any hidden talents?
Yeah, hidden
Or
talents or hidden likes that people might not guess.
oh my goodness, I cook a lot. I
Oh yeah.
and my mom. When I say we are our parents' children, and this is to anybody watching, and I'm pretty sure Jack can attest to this. You guys too, Faith, you can too, girl. Um, we are our parents' children. We find ourselves doing the same exact thing as adults that our parents were doing when they were our age.
Yeah.
So one hidden talent is not really a hidden talent, but I find myself cooking a lot more. Like I'm so used to people cooking for me. I'm just like, no, I don't want to learn how to cook. I don't want to. Guess who's cooking now?
Okay, cool.
So it's rubbed off on me a lot. And I'm just like, oh my God, I am my mom. I am turning into her, a living reincarnation of her. So Thanksgiving, I made the macaroni. The whole entire tray was gone. We had a big tin pan of it, macaroni and cheese, and everybody in the family came. We did
Mm.
like this DoorDash Uber Eats type thing, and everybody was just exchanging recipes and everything. And I did it one year, and it was all gone. So I would do it again. So I find myself cooking a lot, but that's one of my hidden talents. Not just fashion and hosting this platform, but cooking outside of this platform.
Mm.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. What else should I ask? I was thinking if you could go, let's say this summer, anywhere in the world, where would you go on holiday?
Oh my God. If I could go anywhere this summer,
Or where do you want to go next? Do you know?
I think he knows what I'm going to say already. Y'all already know what I'm going to say because I'm such a fashion girl. I would say Paris.
Yeah, I
I
was
would
thinking.
say Paris. It's beautiful.
Mm.
The Eiffel Tower, the rivers, they've got the boats and they're sailing you on the boats. Oh my God. Like Paris, I dream of Paris. And I totally could see myself there. And the first time I saw Paris was the James Bond film, View to a Kill. And how they had dinner in the Eiffel Tower. I said, oh my God, this is beautiful. Or either London, the UK, because we
Mm.
got Mick up there. So it would be different. But Paris for sure. Paris for
Mm.
sure is
That's good. That's good. Did you know in I think it's the Living Daylights, the James Bond film, the opening is filmed in Gibraltar. Did you know that?
yes, that's where Martin is.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I remember my dad and I think Martin can will agree that I think they watched that when they were younger in the cinema, and they never see Gibraltar on any kind of TV really because it's so small, and it was awesome. They said,
and it's
mm.
so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like I my one thing I've seen the movie with Julia Roberts called Eat Pray Love, where she went on this journey and she traveled the world, tried different recipes and things. That's what I would love to do. So Paris is on my bucket list. Gibraltar and the UK, of course. Fiji, I had a girlfriend. She showed me a picture of Fiji, and I'm like, the water is so blue, it's so
Oh
beautiful.
gosh, yeah, it's crazy.
So those are my dream destinations if I could go
Mm.
to India. Taiwan would be another. So
Oh yeah,
just all parts of different countries. Of course, the United States, New York would be here. I've been to New York. That's a no-brainer. But I would love to go outside of that. So
mm.
yeah.
That's interesting. And what do you like to do in your free time apart from fashion?
Ah, puzzles. I'm a big puzzle head.
Puzzles. Okay.
Yes. So I'm always putting things together and I make vision boards as well too. So I'm always putting things into perspective. But my mom bought me this. I have to bring it on the show to show y'all tomorrow. But she bought me this big box of puzzles. I remember I did a puzzle that's 1,000 pieces. It's my Barbie puzzle. And it had like different because she Barbie had a magazine. She had the collectors magazine,
Yeah.
and I started collecting Barbies in 2022. So I went and I bought the big box puzzle of Barbie magazines, and I had to put every single piece into detail. It's hanging up on my wall. It is where my vanity is, and I'm looking at it right now. And I'm gonna have to take that off the wall and bring it to show y'all tomorrow to tell y'all that I am a puzzle fanatic. Like I love putting puzzles together. This thing was 1,000 pieces. And I remember literally having to go on our porch. I said, I don't have enough space. My room is so small. So my dad had a table on the porch, thank the Lord. And I was able to go and put the pieces of the puzzle together. And I had to take breaks. But my God, y'all, I might let y'all see it in my stories. So I might take a picture of it and let y'all see it in my stories and tell y'all about it. But yes, it is on my wall. And I'm so proud that I did it because it took time. Some of it's got a little black and white in it, it's got pink in it. And it's just like every part of her, every cover that she's done. So puzzles in my downtime. Uh-oh, I think we lost Jack, Fashion Dolls. Wait a minute, your sound went out. Okay, I'm gonna bring Jack back. In the meantime, are y'all enjoying the conversation? Are y'all enjoying the conversation, Fashion Dolls? And Jack is gonna come back. I'm gonna bring him back on. He's gonna click the link again, and I'm gonna bring him back. Are y'all enjoying the conversation? Make sure that y'all are subscribed to Style by Stevie Daytime here on YouTube, and make sure that y'all also hit the bell so you'll be notified when new shows are posted. Okay, I'm gonna bring Jack back up. And we're back. Yes, you were asking me my hobby, and I said lots
Puzzles.
of puzzles. Yes.
Cool. Okay. And what's your favorite food?
Oh my goodness. I'm a sucker for it. I have to exercise every single day. I've been on like this health kick. So in my downtime when I like cheat days and I love, a guilty pleasure, I love pepperoni pizza.
Oh
My
yeah,
mom
good.
is the complete opposite. She doesn't like pepperoni she because it's a little spicy for her. But
Okay.
for me, I love pepperoni pizza. And it can be the stuffed crust or the thin crust, but pepperoni pizza is my weakness. So yeah.
I also like pepperoni pizza.
You too? Yes.
Yeah, I like pepperoni pizza. Yeah, there's lots of places near here in London, in my kind of neighborhood, that do lots of good pizza as well. Cool. Um, what else can I ask? Do you speak any other languages?
Learning slowly but surely. And see, that's another thing that I would love to do as well
Yeah.
too. I would love to get adapt with other languages, other cultures. And I mean, English is the first for me. I know how to speak English, but I would love to be fluent in other languages as well too. That's something also on my bucket list. That and traveling, going to Paris and the countries that I've mentioned, Fiji, all of them.
Yeah,
Um, that would be something too. So I would say, yes, I would love to learn how to speak other languages as well. Yes.
that's good. I'm running out of questions. Do you have anything that you'd like to let the viewers know, Stevie? The new viewers?
Well, thank you for tuning in to
No,
new
I've had a
viewers.
great time. Thank you.
You are so welcome. It was such a pleasure, and I'm definitely going to bring you back. And Chef Sky, welcome back, girl. Welcome back. I know some of you are at work and you're just tuning in, you're catching in, but the replay will be up. What about you, Jack? What would you like to say to the new viewers and subscribers here on Style by
Yeah,
Stevie? What
I'd
would you?
say follow Style by Stevie on Instagram and on YouTube. Follow the content. It's awesome. So easy to talk to. Really insightful. Great interviewer. And yeah, I've had a great time today. So thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. And let everyone know where they can follow you and check you out.
Hmm. So my name's Jack Aldridge, and the upcoming film, is One Night in Rila by Martin Luther Productions. It's on IMDb. Have a look.
Definitely, y'all go and check it out. It's a great thriller. From what I've seen the posters, but you guys have to see the film itself. So y'all make sure y'all go and check that out. One Night in Rila and In Tenebras 2 by Martin Nusa. Make sure you guys go and check it out. And a very special thank you to Boss Lady. I call her Boss Lady. She hates it when I call her that, Jack. She's like, don't call me Boss Lady, but she is. And that title is rightfully earned because Mickey has done the work. What
Mm.
she did was create since we talked about cooking and food and pizza, I told her what she did was she created a gumbo because everybody brings their own spice into the gumbo. And you can put so many
Yeah.
things in gumbo, like you can put vegetables, if you want to put seafood in there, if you want to put chicken, it's all of those different things. What she did was she created a gumbo of different cultures, different everything. And she merged it together. And we are all in this chat together. We're conversating, we're exchanging ideas, actors, directors, filmmakers, whomever. What she did, tastemakers, she's combined us all together. We didn't know each other, and we're all like a family. So we're
Mm.
all keeping in tune with one another. So a very special thank you to Mickey Solar for such a great uh, opportunity and being able to write for this publication and to be able to meet you because she introduced me to you and some of your castmates are coming on. That'll be later this year, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that as well.
I'm looking
And
forward to it.
you too. And without further ado, Fashion Dolls, make sure that you guys subscribe here, as Jack said, to Style by Stevie, and make sure you hit that bell, thumbs up, so you'll be notified when new interviews are posted. Now, before we close out, joining me tomorrow, we have my brother, the one and only, the legendary King Jibes will be joining me tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in. And speak of the double, before I wrap, the director, the writer, the man himself, Martin Nusa, is here. Hi, Martin.
Hey, Martin.
It is such a pleasure to have you on, and it's been a minute. I can't wait to catch up with you. Congratulations on this new masterpiece, One Night in Rila. Me and Jack, we just had an amazing conversation, and you came in on the tail end of it, Martin, but we are going to have the replay up, and I'm going to send it to you directly so that you can check it out. And I'm going to make sure that you're tagged as well, also, so that you can see the highlight from the interview. But Martin, thank you so much for coming on the show. When we did our interviews and conversation, we had such a great time, and I can't wait to chat with you again. I know Mick has something with us on the books. I'm gonna have to talk to Boss Lady, but I think she has us scheduled for something on the books. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Again, such an honor to be in your presence because Martin has done the work. He has left such, it has given us amazing, I don't even say films, I call them masterpieces because they are. And what you're doing is visionary. It is capturing the essence of everything. So, Martin, thank you for always believing in me and coming on my show and giving me not one, but I think we had two or three great interviews. So I thank you for that. Oh, Marco Aldridge, great to hear. Thanks. You've got family,
I've got family. They're all the biggest supporters.
and they're coming in. They said, great to hear. Thanks. Thank you all for
Thanks,
coming
guys.
in. Show. We had such a great time, and this replay will be up so you guys can go back and check it out again and again as many times as you want. And YouTube has a new feature where you can actually go and hype up as many videos as you want. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. Use your points and hype up as many interviews as you want here on the channel. So without further ado, as always, Fashion Dolls, I will talk to you guys later. I had a fabulous time and I would love to chat with you again.
Same. See you later, Stevie. Nice to meet you. See you in a bit.
You too. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.